It's fear.
Hello?
Have you checked the children?
They're all pods, all of them.
Whatever you do, don't fall asleep.
I'm afraid!
Don't be afraid!
No. Be afraid. Be very afraid.
Here's Gingy.
Pain has a face. Allow me to show it to you. Gentlemen, I am pain.
I met this 6-year-old child with this blank, pale, emotionless face. The blackest eyes. The devil's eyes.
You think that when you die, you go to heaven. You come to us.
Hi, I'm Chucky. Wanna play?
I think he's in trouble.
Julie, this guy, if he can't take a joke, he stinks.
When there's no more room in hell, the dead will walk here.
Greetings, Flesh Wound Radio freaks, and welcome to a brand new episode of Flesh Wound Radio, our Pseudo-Slashers special. I am Daniel Shine, joined as always by Todd Loya, Pugs Dread. How goes it, gentlemen?
All goes well.
Very good. I do want to make a special note tonight. We mentioned on the previous show that our Dead Hookers show, which of course, you know, basically life story, is going to be next Thursday now, I believe. So yes, so that's still coming for those of you who are eagerly anticipating the Dead Hooker show, which Todd is all the time. I also want to say you need to support us, please, at patreon.com/fleshwoundfeatures for exclusive uncensored content, and we really fucking mean it. We also just got done recording my basically live therapy session. We have a, what was it, 3 parts or 4 parts? 3 parts.
Yeah.
4 parts that will, some are up now, some are coming. But
the big news out of it, you can see Dan without a hat in part of one.
This is true. Yes, because we were having, so I had to put the things in. So yes, that is true. So
we're gonna have to bump that up to the $69 level.
Yeah, I don't even have my hair shaved right now because it's like the apocalypse. So you know, I've just got like fucking, you know, wild man hair right now, what's left of it. So there you go. I probably won't be going in for, I don't know why I don't just shave it, because I doubt I'm going back to a barber anytime soon. So it is what it is. So more
let
reason.
All those minorities know what you're about.
That's fucked up, Pugs. That is fucked up. That is not why I'm shaving my head.
Don't make me put your happy birthday on the screen.
Yes. Pugs has been in plenty of trouble with Facebook, and to make it a very fucked up birthday, he sent me a birthday card that
from our Lord and Savior Mel Gibson. Yeah.
Yeah. It involved Mel Gibson, and let's just say I don't know how you're not doing another Zuckerberg paid vacation.
One of these pussies reports me. We'll see.
Tell your mom to be nice, Dan.
It's fucked up.
Oh, no. Is she the German one?
Right? She's like, this kid knows what's up.
Jesus.
That's horrible.
So yeah,
that's your mother.
It's very horrible.
Hilarious.
So Todd, you're getting a cool new TV. We were talking about that. I'm excited. You got me inspired because I want one.
Well, not a TV. I'm replacing my old projector with the new one because I want a 4K capable and 3D one.
It's a good time to do
Dan, it's your birthday. You didn't ask for that? Fucking
go
get crazy.
Yeah.
I can help you get some good ones. You just need a short throw one.
I need to just create. I mean, I have enough space. I need to just fucking create my own, not literal movie theater. I don't have that kind of space, but like
Well,
really.
you see my room. Is it your? I'm sure your space is bigger than my room.
Oh yeah,
And
yeah.
You see how far my projector is from the screen, and that's not even a short throw. That's a regular projector. So it's just finding that much room with the clear path, and you're good.
Yeah, I probably would put it just like probably honestly in front of my regular TV, which I'm kind of staring at.
That's how I.
It'd be nice to have like a full-on like theater experience, and there's like woods out there, not so it's like it's very shaded. It's like it's a good setup for one of the projectors. So I'm tempted.
I mean, like outdoors.
Tempted.
That's cool.
Yeah, it's like a mini, kind of a mini forest. Not forest. Forest isn't the word. It's not like that rural or anything. But yeah, there's like big giant trees, and there's like a little secret path that goes down, and so down right here, there's like no fucking sun. So it's like a good place to see all those kids
go and never come back. All right.
That's fucked up. That's fucked up. You can send the dogs down there anytime. There are no bodies, I promise.
Lamb.
That's the previous owner. The previous owner was like kind of a weird Romanian guy. So I could have seen him killing people, and we just haven't found the bodies yet. You never know. Yeah. Never know. It's possible.
True detective territory. It is racist.
What did the Romanians do?
I didn't say anything. I just said he was like a very creepy, like Hammer villain.
He said them goddamn gypsies doing it again.
You know how they are.
It's not what I said, damn it. I was making like a Hammer villain, like Dracula. He was, an older dude that, yeah, I could have seen him killing some chicks, and like they could be. I don't know.
Calm down now, Jack. We've all seen Wolf Creek, so your Australian cousin.
They do. You know what? John Jarrett knows how to wear a fucking hat, but it's not as good.
But you know what?
Look at this fucking hat. Look at it. Have you ever looked at it from the side?
It's not the hat, Dan.
Like,
That's not the problem.
Hat. Fuck you. It's a great fucking hat.
I don't have an issue with the hat. It's the ensemble that makes it not work.
All right, what's wrong with this? Like, I have my Hell Comes to Frogtown shirt on,
and you're in your little workout shorts.
Yeah,
I just have black shorts. What's wrong with black shorts?
I expect you to be eating cheese by the hot tub.
Why do I have to? What does that have? Why would I be doing that with this kind of a hat?
Why would you be wearing that outfit with this kind of? Let's not get into the great hat debate again.
It is a great hat. All right, so without further ado, we'll get right into the episode now that Todd's done stirring shit. All right, so our first film of the evening is getting ready to make its premiere soon, I believe, and that is
next Friday. Next Tuesday, May 5th. I know it's going to be available digitally on iTunes and other digital platforms soon.
Absolutely. From director Rene Perez, and it is Cry Havoc. And Cry Havoc follows an ambitious young reporter is granted an interview with one of the FBI's most wanted. While entering his compound, she finds one of his prized possessions, a serial killer who murders at his call, called Havoc. Sorry, I messed that up. Her only hope is a rogue policeman searching for his daughter. All right, so Cry Havoc is part of the Playing with Dolls series, and this is the fourth one. Right?
Yeah.
It does. Yeah, you don't have to see the others. This is not it's not a series where it's a must to see the other ones. Yeah. But it is.
And in fact, the director may tell you to skip the first two and start with Havoc, which
that will be interesting to talk
about.
Well,
he told us on the last time he was on the show because we brought it up. So, but since we didn't say anything, tomorrow we will have the director of this film and Insurrection, Cabal, and the Playing with Dolls series on tomorrow.
Yep. very excited to have him back. It's been a while. So yes. All right. So I want to start off by saying Robert Bronzi is back in this. He's appeared in a number of Renee films, and most of you know him as the dead ringer for Charles Bronson. He is eerily like the same guy. I can only imagine if Bronson has relatives, they would be, still around.
Can you imagine
they would
if
be
they both were around and they remade Double Impact? How awesome would that be?
Oh, wow.
Well, he did do Death Kiss, which is what we had him on before. Yeah, man. Like I'd be kind of curious to meet Bronzy and just see like how, like, man, in person, it's like that's Charles Bronson there. I mean, it would be like an Elvis thing. This guy is such a dead ringer, where it's like, oh, he's not dead. I just saw him at a Target in Biloxi. I would have so much fun, dude. Like, I would just be like going in like, I'd go in random like VFWs where there's like probably a bunch of people that like worship him and just like, what the shit?
Can you sign my socks filled with quarters, please?
Oh wow. So this is kind of an action slasher.
A pseudo-slasher?
Pseudo-slasher, just as yes, I should have just gone with what the title was. Hybrid, and they do not fuck around from the very beginning. There's a really excellent kill with a face basically being torn apart, hammer stuff. I mean, this is gorier than I was expecting it to be. I've seen some of Renee's other films, like Dead and the Damned trilogy, and we reviewed, of course, Death Kiss last time.
And we also reviewed Once Upon a Time in Deadwood.
Yes, we did that as well, and I've enjoyed all of those. This one brings the gore, and do you need to see the others? No, but I think it could be worth it because there is a recurring character played by Richard Tyson, who very underrated actor. Just going back to Two Moon Junction and a lot of the other things. He's done a lot of horror lately.
Kindergarten Cop.
Oh yes, I forgot.
I was going to go with 3 O'clock High.
I can't. Kindergarten Cop, man.
I know.
So good.
Side trivia note: I took my first date to see Kindergarten Cop.
Really?
Your first date?
Yes. Don't.
Did you get any?
We're in the middle of a professional review, Dan.
Nobody saw what I just did unless you're on YouTube. So yes, you audience.
Yeah. That's how YouTube works, Dan.
Nothing like at least one of those, or do you do one of one of?
Come on, Dan.
All right. So, anyways, all right. Hot tag. What did you guys think? Whoever wants to go first.
You go first.
Okay. I think this is the first time I've seen the entire series, but I'm just going to rate it as a standalone because that's the way it's supposed to be looked at. But I do love the other films in the series. I think it's a really nice mesh of the two. I mean, we don't know that is he the stranger from the other ones. I don't think so, but it can still work as that from the Death Kiss character. But it's definitely the same spirit of that character. But yeah, I actually really like this one. I don't think you need to see the others. We do get a bit of recap, or a little, not necessarily recap, but more just so you kind of know the story. Dan mentioned the gore on this, and I think the third one was really high on gore too.
Yes.
But I see now why Renee says do. to skip the first two because they've been cut. But I that didn't bother me on those actually. Now I really
like them either.
Now I really want to see what's missing from those two. But I think we get glimpses of it in the opening of 3 and this. Yeah, the story with Bronzy looking for his daughter. How do I want to put that? I don't want to give too much. Yeah, that's what I'm trying to think. Pugs, jump in before I spoil something because I feel it coming.
Okay. Well, this is a great sample of how a director and storyteller evolves, because Cry Havoc, I think, is the best looking of the 4. But yeah, 3 and 4 definitely tying together, and it does work as a standalone with the recaps, and you get what you need to know. It's all in one. Yeah, Bronzy, I was rooting for him, and I usually root for villains, so I like him. It could just be my love for Charles Bronson too, but that is seriously uncanny.
Yeah,
and I do love Homeboy from Kindergarten Cop. Richard, that guy Bronx. Tyson, right?
Yes, Richard Tyson.
Richard Tyson, yes.
That's just made me want some chicken wings. But yeah,
calm down, Dad.
It's gory, and like it's not slow. It's really fast paced, but it's also contained. So yeah, it's a really good time. I had a really good time with it.
Some good looking women in there too. I'm not gonna complain.
Not gonna complain.
Very good looking women.
Right.
I had complaints in the other ones, but I will say that for later.
There were some kills in here that were on par of what you might see in a Hatchet movie. I mean, there were a few really good kills.
I do really like Metalface. I think he's underrated. I hope that he goes the way of Hatchet and like just becomes bigger, because that's a cool look.
Yeah, I was gonna mention that.
Yeah,
the look of him.
The weapon may need some work, but him is very imposing, and I actually jumped twice, and that's hard for me to do.
Wow.
But it was a jump scare. I don't want to write that off, but I was focused on something else. So we gotta talk when we talk to Renee about this. I gotta get him on that tomorrow, because bravo for doing it twice in the same gag.
Oh wow! You have to tell us which one later.
I know one particular thing I wish went a little further in one of the previous movies, and Todd especially. But how badass would it be? And I'm 100% serious. How badass would it be to have Robert Bronzy in an Expendables movie?
Yeah, fuck yeah!
Holy shit! Like, yeah, I just want to I thought you were dead. Like, you just popped.
I'd be happy with a 2-minute cameo.
I want like Norris style, where he just comes up and just. Although Bronson wasn't always the big gun kind of guy, but just have him come in and just start fucking.
What are you talking about? He was smoking. Did you not see Death Wish 3?
Yeah, he was at that point, but not. Not the, but yeah, basically, yeah, just like the Norris.
The signature move for me, man, is that fucking quarters in a sock. I wanted to take that to school, and my mom's like, "You cannot do that." Like, I was just wanting to hit somebody with it. I'm like, "Come on, Mom, let me try." I probably shouldn't have said anything, but no one was picking on me. But I was like, "All right, is someone in trouble? I'm gonna help."
Just bam. I'm sure it'll do some damage. Yeah, you get it boom, you fuck somebody up. You can knock them out with that shit. So yeah, I did. I did really enjoy this. I think that and it'll be interesting to talk to Renee on the next show, because I do have a lot of questions. Particularly some of the earlier ones that kind of had open endings that I'm kind of curious. You know what I mean? Like, is that maybe a long-term plan there? Very curious to see what was cut. I'll be honest, I was preparing myself, because again, he himself is not a fan, that the first two were just going to be crap. They're not. They engaged me. The killer was really cool. I know there's a lot of gore missing,
and I get that for him being the director, not being happy with the lack of gore, but But it didn't help. I looked at the German Blu-rays first, which are cut to shit, and then I looked at the one on Amazon Prime, and I was like, okay, this is way more gore.
Who is left that's like cutting gore out of a slasher movie?
Uncorked,
you know what I mean? Like, who is that? Yeah, that's weird. I mean, Uncorked. I mean, they there's some gory shit on their label. Not the level of like Wild Eye. Wild Eye definitely.
I wonder if that was them trying to get their shit in Walmart.
That's a good point. Well, Wild Eye's still in Walmart. Maybe that's why we have Wild Eye Raw and Extreme. It's like, oh no, it's okay. That's separate because none of those.
I'll have to ask you about that later because you got your order. I'm missing one and yeah, but hold on. Well, I'll talk about that later.
Sure. But I like Renee's films. I really like this one. I do think it's arguable, but possibly his best film so far. We still have
Insurrection.
Some others.
Is it
Insurrection. Yes, as of now, I have not watched that, but will be soon.
And we'll talk to him about that tomorrow. And Gray Havoc.
Yes, absolutely. So this is a very excellent villain and villain. I mean, Tyson's really good too. And I don't know if he's officially called Metal Face or Havoc.
Well, I don't think he was ever officially Metal Face
either.
Yeah, I think in the credits it popped up as Metal Face.
Well, on the original, on that one, I think that was a Uncorked decision. I want to say his official name is Prisoner, whatever that number. Hold on, I had it.
So it's like the shape.
Yeah, kind of. I guess the unofficial name would be Havoc. I mean, or I guess it is. I don't know. We'll have to ask Renee what it is. I know in the credits,
whatever he decides, I'll go.
Right. Yeah, pretty much.
Till now, I like Metal Face, but I just like things with the names of face in it. Ghostface.
Wouldn't it be cool if it followed a similar trajectory to the Friday the 13th films, and we get like Metal Face Takes Manhattan, Metal Face X? Oh, I'd love to see Metal Face.
I'm ready for Metal Face in space. Fuck yeah.
Bronzy's coming back as a cyborg.
He can be in charge of the satellite that's watching.
Oh, he is prisoner AYO-886, and that's the way he is literally billed in the credits of Havoc, playing with Dolls Havoc.
Well, you can't put that on a poster. So.
You could.
Yeah.
Might appeal of Auschwitz, but that's cool. Dance face.
Of course, I'm like looking at the graphics are missing, but I mean, I like last time I'd already really enjoyed Death Kiss, and with this series of films, I'm going through looking at his catalog, seeing what else I haven't seen. So I know we all watch Cabal too.
Yeah. I do want to also say one mistake that he doesn't make that a lot of indie slashers do is just having abundance of CG kills.
Oh yeah, I don't think if there was, I didn't notice anything.
Maybe blink and you miss if that, but you get some good practical stuff, which for me alone kind of makes it worth watching because you have so many lower budget slashers now where it's just like, it looks like cartoon.
I might have here.
Right. Maybe some muzzle flashes. Other than that, I don't think there's anything. And I'm not even sure the muzzle flashes were seen.
Yeah. Yeah, no, definitely. And you do get some gore reel from the other films. If you can, I would still recommend starting it from the beginning. I get it from his perspective. I mean, I of all people get it from his perspective when something doesn't come out like you intended. You're only going to see the flaws. But I actually didn't think the first two were that bad at all. I enjoyed them. So what do we rate this one, gentlemen? What say you?
Todd, go for it.
I know I had to go first.
I can go.
I don't know. I've gone back and forth, but I'm going to go with the higher one, and that's a 4.5.
Okay. I am a 4.
I am a solid 4. This is a damn good time, and if you're in the mood for a slasher, and you haven't, if you want something new, I say go with this. All in one.
Yeah. And really quite a fascinating killer. Like you said, they don't give you too much about him. You don't know a whole lot, but he has his own little quirks.
I like the patting when he pats people.
Yeah, everyone, it's like, yeah, that and the, you know.
I'm curious if it's the same guy every time.
I would bet it is. I want to say like some of the, you don't get too much of a look, you know, inside, but I'm sure it probably is. I should actually check what actor played him if he's got any non-makeup roles.
He's billed as prisoner AYO-886.
They got a real prisoner for him.
Wouldn't that be cool?
I'm looking if IMDb has. Sometimes they like to use shoot names.
The Zeus factor. He like actually tries to like kill Richard Tyson. Richard Tyson's like sitting on the shitter in his apartment, and you got like metal face coming in. It's like it's only a movie.
We wrapped.
Here, you can have my toilet paper. Just go away.
There's nothing listed there, but.
Yeah, check it out, guys. If you like a good slasher, I was impressed, and I do have a question about some of the open-ended fates of certain characters and some of the others. But yeah, check it out. It's cool bringing Bronzy into it.
Yeah, I'm hoping this isn't the last one, but I'm interested to see where else it can go.
Fucking space.
That's Dan's go-to.
It's got to be in fucking space.
I'm with it this time.
As long as they don't put bras in space either, we're good.
There you go. Yeah, distinct lack of bras. Yeah, that would be so cool. So cool. He also has a good eye for locations. Oh, yeah. He has some very cool locations. Is he California? I can't remember.
Northern California based.
All right.
Raider fan?
Yeah, of course. I don't know if they filmed. But yeah, no, very cool, scenic. All right, so moving on to our next film from 1982 and director Michael Miller, a Chuck Norris favorite. Oh no, it's better.
Are you really gonna disrespect the Norris like that? You are full of shit.
I'm not saying I'm as cool as Chuck
right now.
It wouldn't work if he was in like a Rush shirt. Actually, it might.
Damn it, Todd.
Chuck Norris can do whatever the hell he wants.
Hey, I'm not saying Chuck Norris is cooler than me. I mean, good God. But the hat. All right, let's just compare the hat. This hat on Chuck Norris.
All right, there we go. Much better.
You don't fuck with the Chuck. Look at this man. He's a dangerous man.
Now Dan lost his spot. Now he's way at the back. Chuck's higher build than you now.
As he should be. Chuck fucking Norris.
Chuck turned 80. 80 years old.
Really? Shit.
He is 80 years old. That is hard to believe, but I also believe he could probably still kill me with like his thumb. So, yeah, Chuck's the man.
I put his back in order.
God damn it!
I know.
All right, so Dan Stevens is the sheriff of a small Texas town who checks out a disturbance which turns to murder. The killer is still in the house and he tries to kill Dan, but Dan stops him and arrests him. The killer attempts to flee, but is shot and killed. This, of course, he's not actually killed, but this synopsis is a little spoilery. All right, this is easier here. I didn't give anything away, but a sheriff tries to stop the killing spree of a silent, maniacal murderer who, as the result of a secret genetic experimentation by an unethical scientist, has the ability to self-heal. There you go. That's all you really need. All right, so Todd, I want you to go first because I know you are not a Chuck Norris fan, or you didn't grow up that way.
I didn't like Ginger Chicken.
So, what
Delta
did you think
Force?
of Silent Raid?
Delta Force? Well,
I didn't.
Delta Force 2, I understand because, after he raped that girl, you're like, oh, I'm Team Colombian. But, like, the first Delta Force.
Billy Drago.
Okay, I'll tell you.
My almost acting teacher.
I will tell you this: I got into him probably after the Canon documentary.
Okay.
I got into him more, but before that, Supreme actually, XPW legend, deathmatch legend, was asking me about this when I told him I'd never seen it, and so it was one of his favorites. So I immediately had to watch it. So I did, and I get why he said you need to watch this one, and that I've only seen it a couple times total now, but I do really like this one. So this and Invasion USA are like the two Chuck Norris movies like I go with, but I do like Missing in Action 2, Delta Force, and the other ones now. I'm not like anti Chuck Norris now, but
That's good.
but between this and Invasion USA. But yeah, it is just such basically a slasher. The Pseudo-Slasher is our whole inspiration, which was kind of a thing because we have we're going to display tonight was, we had a little wave of all the big action stars in the middle of slasher movies, which is awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Friday the 13th, man.
What does that have to do with it?
Well, it blew up. I mean, it's like, fuck.
I don't think you know what a
Pseudo-Slasher
is, but okay.
No, I'm just saying.
Okay. You threw me out. It actually also feels kind of like a Patrick.
Oh yeah, that's true too.
So
yeah, Pugs, what did you think? And then I'll take a hot tag.
Well, if you like fucking Chuck Norris, you want to see him inserted into Halloween 2, I think this is a good deal. When this first came on my radar, I was talking to the guys in Wednesday 13 in particular, and we were talking about this movie and the one with John Stamos and Gene Simmons. What was that movie? It's like
You sure it was Stamos?
Yes, it was. Who does the nanotechnology stuff? Crichton. It was a Michael Crichton story. Well, anyway,
was that Free Jack? That Free Jack?
No,
not Free Jack. That's Emilio.
Well, we got on the topic of talking about those movies and how I had never seen them back a few years ago.
Mm-hmm.
So I saw those two together, and I prefer Silent Rage over the other one. Just to bring that up. So I've seen this movie before. I thought it was cool. Still think it's very cool. I really like Chuck Norris's fat friend. I wish he had more to do. he ended up being a hero, right? Like I see myself in that character.
Oh my god! See,
That's a bad segue for what
I know. I was trying not to bring up the goddamn pedo.
Oh,
that's the one who fucked Corey Haim.
That's right.
It is.
Look how close Dave gets to the screen when he hears that.
Yeah, he got excited.
Yes.
I didn't realize that. Oh wow, that is fucked up.
Yes.
Is it?
Yeah. But like I was saying, I relate to that guy. He's my favorite. And
what Dan relates to.
That's right.
I was gonna say, like, yeah, he's when I mean, he's kind of a like half. He's a half mentally handicapped kind of character, and when he tells that story about basically murdering a dog and it's played for laughs, so I'm just like,
it worked for me because he's a simpleton and it works. I think it works.
Yeah,
but
like it's like Chuck Norris is just sitting there. It's like, it's like
so.
This is
personal opinions aside, I thought he did really good in this movie. Maybe keep your dick out of kids, but who knows?
I think it's true. I'm not getting confused.
Okay, I think it is.
I don't want to.
You are confused because I do not. That's
is
not.
It?
That's not him.
Either way,
Otter? Am
You
I
and I
getting confused with Otter?
Yeah, it's not the one that fucked him. So let's not go accusing the poor guy.
I'm gonna choose to believe he is now. Maybe,
Damn it!
maybe,
No, that
maybe he had a turn.
I completely screwed up.
You convinced me. I'm like, maybe he
did.
gained weight or he lost weight to bang Haim. Who knows?
That's the dude from Animal House and the Dream Team. That's my bad.
Yeah, you fuck. God damn.
God. Now I feel like I need to censor this so I don't get sued by his people.
Fuck him.
He's talking to his grandkids right now. Oh, we didn't use
that's
the
all
name. We didn't use the
He's
name.
like, come on, let's go listen to the
He's just like, they're calling me a kitty fiddler.
How do they know?
That guy in that
Look,
awesome fucking
We don't know
hat.
he did, or he didn't. So, but he looks like it. But yeah, this movie's fucking cool.
Yeah,
And,
it
it's
is.
slow paced and quiet, but I dig it. Fucking Homeboy, it's intense.
Mhm. I really, and I enjoyed the biker bar tits and one hell of a fight with our Frankenstein's monster and Norris. This one, yeah, it was that like weird little era where we were getting some of these pseudo-slashers, and this one I think works really well. It's entertaining as shit. I think I still have to get it on Blu-ray actually, and this one is on Blu-ray, right?
Yes.
I think
It's on
it's
a multi-pack
Yeah,
Mill
I-
Creek. It's also on one of those with those retro sleeves on its own disc from Mill Creek. You have a couple
Yes.
options.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, that's basically what it is. I mean, it's like a Frankenstein slash. Can't really call him a zombie because but yeah, basically Frankenstein's monster. He's too focused on what he wants to do to be a zombie, but and you even get a Friday the 13th style, tease at one point.
I found
too.
the name of the movie with John Stamos and Gene Simmons. Never
What
Too
is-
Young to Die.
Okay. Okay, that God. I'm sure I've seen it, but that's been a while then. I was like, what the fuck? John Stamos. When you said I thought you were gonna go Wanted Dead or Alive or something when you said Gene Simmons. So yes, what do you gentlemen rate this one?
I am a 4.
I'll go 4 too. I think that's a fair fucking assessment.
Yeah, I'll round it up to 4 as well. If you're a traditional Chuck Norris fan, I could see this being the one that's like, oh, you remember the time Chuck Norris fought the monster, and maybe you're not as,
horror movie, fucking snob. Fuck you.
Yeah. Yeah, there's going to be a lot, though. Some are used to the more traditional, but Chuck Norris did. I mean, he wasn't afraid to branch out. I mean, he did Firewalker, which was kind of a Indiana Jones adventure type flick with Lou Gossett that I liked a lot.
Branch out, or Cannon said, make this.
Pretty much, make this. He did Hellbound, where he fights the devil.
Fucking Hellwalker Texas Ranger crossover.
That would have been cool. That would have been cool. I still remember the Rowdy Piper episode of Walker and Popping. So, all right.
We're one
That's
studio
Silent Rage.
off. If Silent Rage, like most other Norris films, was made by Canon, we'd have a Canon all the way across for our 3 retro titles.
Could have.
That is true. That is true. All right. So, moving on to our. Yeah, I wish Norris were still. I mean, fuck. I know he's 80 years old.
I'm
but,
good.
Man, you're good. You don't want him back. All right, Todd. All right. So moving on to our next film, which is from 1986 film, Year of My Birth, and director George. There you go.
And I saw this
George
with my mom.
Because you're an old bastard.
I was 10.
Oh yeah, right. From director George P. Cosmatos, Like Sylvester Stallone's Rocky and Rambo, the hero of Cobra is another original. Lieutenant Marion Cobretti, a one-man assault force whose laser-mount submachine gun and pearl-handed Colt 45 spit pure crime-stopping venom. Director George P. Cosmatos rejoins Stallone for this thriller, pitting Cobretti against a merciless serial killer. The trail leads to not one murderer, but to an army of psychos bent on slashing their way to a new order and killing the inadvertent witness, played by Brigitte Nielsen, to their latest blood spree. Fortunately, Cobra is her protector, and full throttle screen excitement doesn't get any better. All right, so Cobra is definitely a childhood fave. Not the first Stallone movie, but one of the first Stallone movies I probably watched, and it is one kick-ass good time. This film really just set the tone. I mean, I wouldn't put it like Commando level, but this is definitely an elite action film, and one-liners like, I'll blow this place up, and then he's like, go ahead, I don't shop here. Classic. Just classic. The music, Brigitte basically doing the sort of dance with like these random fucking
Shopping
robots. Yeah. And it is basically a slasher. I mean, Brian Thompson is very intimidating in this one. I will say, shout out to David Rashi, who is in a cult show I like a lot called Sledgehammer. He's in here briefly, trying to pull a Weinstein on Brigitte.
I watched that when it was on too, so it tells you I'm old again.
Yeah. You are very old.
I looked it up.
Remember.
I was 9 when I went to go see this, so I don't know why my mother took me at 9 to see Cobra. I probably really wanted to go.
How could you not?
I saw this when I was like 4. So I have a really remember memory.
I'll tell you like this. I remember after playing Cobra and I had the matchstick.
Goddamn right.
Grandma didn't know why Todd wanted matchsticks. But, he's not gonna burn anything down. Go.
Just crime.
Just bodies.
You're the disease.
I'm about to trigger Todd. I also want to do a shout out to Andrew Robinson of Star Trek Deep Space Nine fame, who played Garrick, who plays the liberal.
You notice anytime he can bring up that bullshit, he does. I mean, Andrew Robinson has, Child's Play 3, fucking Hellraiser, but he goes to some fucking nerd ass shit on a horror show.
I love Hellraiser. Hellraiser's my favorite horror.
That should be your go-to.
You're on a horror show. Why are you bringing up some spacey bullshit? Because you're down with spacey, we know.
Very good. Fuck you. I will also say that there's some funny IMDb reviews of this one where they're like bitching about the morals of the time, the 1980s when this was made, and some of the kind of liberal shitting on that this movie kind of does. I did say, when they were talking about 250 assaults a day, I was like, man, how many of those are just like in the Knott's Berry Farm area?
I believe he did 250 rapes a day. The assault was a higher number.
That was
Come
a higher
on,
number.
Dan.
Okay, so
if you're going to make the joke about me, do it right.
That was at least about 30%, Todd. So, yeah, now I shout out to Brigitte. I am going to say this, though. Even in her prime, I never found Brigitte to be like a bombshell to me. I mean, she's not bad looking by any means, but she was never like a goddess. She was married to Stallone.
They were engaged when they were making this.
I believe they were married.
Well,
sir.
I watched all the extras, so.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, all right. I have to. Yeah, I was watching the previous Blu-ray on this one. So, all right.
If you want a tidbit from that, I'll give you one later. That's a funny anecdote.
Yeah, no. Yeah, I mean, he was slipping her the Italian sausage in real life. That's awesome.
Rocky.
I know he was
So
very. He doesn't have to beat the meat.
No, it's pounding her meat.
anymore. Oh, there you go.
He likes it rough.
There you go. Yeah, it's hard not to love this movie. It's one of those ones, again, I think these 80s action movies have aged very, very well. I think probably a lot of people have a lot of nostalgia for this one right now because, again, simpler time. You can just like fucking punch your boss and you're just a single cop that gets to dress like he wants and just go in and like fucking kill people with no consequences. Simpler times. I will say I wish the cult were a little more defined in a way, because it's really like, okay, well, what are these guys about? They like chaos, obviously, but like what are they about? I mean, we keep getting the like,
The
you know,
New
the
World.
axe shit.
Darwinism. They like Hulk Hogan.
There you go.
And Kevin Nash. And
Can you imagine? Oh my God! Can you imagine if like Hogan was the leader?
no,
of the
I just
cult?
want fucking
Like,
Brian to do a run-in with the NWO. Like, how cool would that have been? Him and his pronouns fucking jaw and like a werewolf with no makeup. Like, it's scary as fuck.
And he did play. Well, no, he played a vampire.
Yeah, he was no, I think wasn't he his name?
Yeah,
was
he was a werewolf.
Right?
Yeah.
In that show on.
Oh no, I'm talking about Fright Night too.
Oh no, there's a TV show that he was the lead in, and he played a werewolf.
Buffy the Vampire Slayer too. He also played a vampire in the first pilot episode.
Never seen it.
Look at that
exactly.
mouth. It's pronounced.
Maybe I'll watch
Buffy?
Buffy. No.
It's fun. Everyone loves it. I think it's fine. It was good. Like, but I have a lot of friends that are super fucking diehards. I'm like, I can't get to that level, but I'm happy for you.
Depends age when you watch it too.
I
For
like
Buffy,
Christy
not
Swanson,
Cobra.
so.
Pee Wee Herman. But for me,
Luke Perry, R.I.P.
R.I.P.
Yes.
There's never been a time in my life where I did not know about Cobra. It's one of those like with Howard the Duck, Short Circuit, RoboCop, Big Trouble in China. Because it's from my year of birth, and so I've always been around. So my grandma had it on VHS, and I remember watching it all the time, not thinking anything about it. Just one day, it was like it clicked. I'm like, wow, this is really cool. And I always identified for some fucking reason with the opening guy holding up the market. I like him a lot. I have no idea why. I'm like, that's him, right? I agree.
He just shoots up a fucking grocery store, dude. He's not that well developed.
But I was drawn into him for some reason. He had a cool beanie. He had a nice jacket. This is pre-fucking Columbine. I was like, this guy's cool as fuck. Oh, but here comes Cobra, and he's all right. He took him out. He's cool, but I wish he wore more black.
The actor, I can't think of his name, that played that character in the opening sequence was also in Hamlet 2, one of my all-time favorite comedies. He played one of the dads in that, which was quite funny.
As an older fan, like I wish him and Joe Spinell would have played like a family of murderers.
Yeah.
Like that, I think would have been cool.
Oh yeah, Spinell versus Stallone.
He's interviewed on the new Blu-ray too. Marco Rodriguez.
Yeah.
Oh, he was also Torres in The Crow.
Yeah. What's up, Dan?
Light bulb. Okay.
Spit it out.
All right. Joe Spinell, Maniac, kills Adrian from Rocky, and that ties into a new Rocky movie, who is also, of course, in that. But you could be somebody different. You could make it work. Joe Spinell versus Rocky.
I'm not as excited on that one because Joe Spinell's already in.
He
Rocky.
makes a fucking lampshade out of fucking Adrian.
Okay, well now we're getting into good territory, but it could be what's his name? You just said his fucking name, Rodriguez.
Mario Rodriguez, which also almost kind of reprised his role because he was also convenience store robber in Maniac Cop 2.
That's
now I gotta rewatch Maniac Cop 2 because I don't remember.
Oh wait! Oh shit! He's Agent Escalante on an episode of Walker, Texas Ranger.
There you go. That guy's in a lot of shit.
So we need to take a moment to talk about how cool that knife is.
Yeah.
I wanted that knife so fucking bad. I still haven't got one. A friend of mine does. He had Brian sign it.
Oh, cool. Wow.
So
it has to be available in like the Bud K catalog. I don't know if that's still a thing, but my brother used to buy like I think it was called the Bud K.
You can find it at well, I don't know, Frankenstein's. I think they had it. I think that's where he got it. The only thing it was missing was a little skull on the side, but I'm like, you can absolutely make that and just add it.
Right.
Cool. Yeah, dude, this movie is fucking awesome. Stallone's a badass, and I do wish though the cult was a little more clear on their end goal, and I hate that one bitch fucker. But yeah, Night Slashers. We need a Cobra 2, man.
Yes,
it's not too late.
Yes,
Cobra 2, and then I can play like his like chubby like son, and I can be like Anaconda since bigger dude, and we can be like riding like dueling bikes, dude. Come on, come on, childhood fantasy. That would be awesome.
He's talked about it.
Can you imagine?
Dan's like in fantasy world today. Everything's can you imagine?
I've had a rough couple days. I have to be in a fantasy world, sir. I just want to ride. But it's always like
you need more spacey shit though. You want to ride bikes with dykes on bikes.
I was going to give you facts about the movie, but no. But you're Dan's fan. No.
Give me some fucking facts.
No, you didn't. I don't even remember what I was going to say, but I'll ask. So you wish this was Beverly Hills Cop instead?
That's what. Looking this shit up, I had no fucking idea that Stallone was originally attached to Beverly Hills Cop, and then this is what came out of it. This and Fair Game. Yeah. I mean, don't get me wrong. Yeah. Beverly Hills Cop, that's a good time. Yeah. But I cannot imagine Stallone in that role and making all those wisecracks like Eddie Murphy. So I think it worked.
Well, no, he wouldn't have. He was trying to turn it into
make it serious. But like, if had he stayed and just been like a studio bitch, he would have had to. But I don't think it would have been as successful. Mm-hmm. But I would like an Axel Foley and Cobra movie now. Right. That'd be cool as shit. Cool. And then what?
He punches.
I haven't seen Beverly Hills Cop 2 in forever. Did Brigitte, whatever the fuck her name is, die at the end of that? Because maybe she became a fucking bank robber.
I don't remember.
Okay.
I just got the Blu-rays. I've been feeling like revisiting those.
She's in the second one. Yeah, there's some crossovers that could.
Jesus, my mom took me to see that in the movies too. The first one.
That's another one I remember all the time.
I'm 84. How old was I? Jeez, I was like 7 when it came out.
Well, remember, I saw 7 in theaters, and I was in like the 4th grade, and fucking blew my goddamn
mind. That makes sense.
Right? Look how it turned out.
Yeah, I know. So what do we rate 5. This one?
5. I go 5.
Yeah.
All right, one big hole for Cobra.
One big hole.
Come on, Pugs.
Come on, Pugs. You're fucking a gimmick.
All right. Okay. Well, now we should do it where we're fucking making 2 holes. Wait. There we go. Come on, Dan. Make it work. No.
Dan, match it up.
Dan doesn't get the gimmick.
Todd, you move your hand to meet his.
Don't make me do my. Todd,
Dan, one hand.
No, Dan, look at the screen.
There you go.
Other hand. Oh, geez.
I feel like Santino fucking Morella.
And there we go. A little more. There it is.
That's enough.
Boom! One big hole.
Holy shit!
That was way too hard.
You know what though?
You can like do shit like with this. Like it's like you're
we can
like
actually
punching Todd.
Do like a pat.
He leans in close enough, but it'll just be like.
Although that did remind me of us, so I'm not happy with it anymore. Fuck that movie.
All right.
That is. So bad. I'm just gonna cut that shit out.
I think we should leave it.
Okay, well. Never Too Young to Die. Okay, I don't remember watching that, so maybe I need to.
Which one?
I remember the cover for Never Too Young to Die, but I don't remember.
Okay. Yeah, let's talk about it. Oh, we're gonna get sued by Gene Simmons though.
Yeah.
So and so.
Why? He hates the movie?
It's just Gene Simmons. He'll find anything to fucking take some money from us. Although he's gotten a lot of money from me since I gone to like a few of the last Kiss shows. Not a few, but like when they announced their tour. I've gone to 2 at least, maybe 3.
All right. Well,
He needs to do a convention with Shannon Tweed, and you bring up like a bunch of like soft core shit for Shannon to sign. That'd be funny. All right, so our next film, which is from 1983, and director J. Lee Thompson, 10 to Midnight, which Charles Bronson is a hero all the way. As a rogue cop pursuing a deranged killer in this action-packed suspense thriller. Serving up vigilante justice as only he can, Bronson delivers one of his most riveting performances in this exceedingly well-made film. Bronson plays Leo Kessler, a cynical Los Angeles cop on the trail of Warren Stacy, a homicidal maniac who turns rejection from beautiful women into the ultimate revenge. When the legal system sets Stacy free, Kessler plants evidence to put him behind bars for good. But Kessler's plan backfires, leaving him with only one option: to hunt down Stacy on his own before the crazed killer can strike again. I am just going to say this at the top. Gene Davis, kudos for his performance, because goddamn, you have to be naked that whole fucking time. That had to be awkward as shit.
I like that. Real quick before we jump, I'm looking at the cover and I didn't notice before the dead whores around him at the bottom. And also, I laughed. I laughed a few times because they do the Austin Powers gimmick on him, naked, running around a few times. Well, technically, this was first, but yeah, you know.
And this is an Andrew Stevens movie where he's not playing the psycho. He is the young partner. So that's,
or he's not banging some hoes.
There you go. Yes, Andrew Stevens banged a lot of. He got a lot of softcore punani back in the day. He was impressive. My favorite line, and I want this on a T-shirt from Bronson: his knife has got to be his penis. I want that on his shirt. I really want that badly.
It's
on
fucking
his
right,
shirt.
though.
Todd. Since this is such a Todd film, and I know you're a huge fan, I got to tag you.
I thought you were going to talk like
what do you think?
Going to an expert for the penis knife scenario.
Yes.
Might be my favorite.
Todd uses
this
both.
might be my favorite Bronson movie. It's hard because I love Death Wish 2 so much, but this one is so good also. It's close. I'll go with that. But yeah, this one is such a slasher. It's like hard to even say it's a pseudo one. I mean, it's just that much of one. I mean, other than the fact you know who the killer is the whole time. I mean, other than that,
not to stop you, but isn't just the presence of Charles Bronson the only thing that would make anybody argue that it's not a slasher? Because it is.
You can
yeah,
any
I mean,
cop
it is
chasing him though. That doesn't have to be Charles Bronson. So that's like the only factor.
Yeah.
They'd be like, oh, it's a thriller, but it's a slasher. What he does and what's shown on screen.
Yeah.
I go slasher.
Yeah, no, I agree. Kind of, but no, I don't. I'm not going to argue that fact. We'll go with that.
Pseudo-Slashers. What is this?
Right. What did you think, Pugs? You've seen this before, I'm assuming.
I have, but it was like middle school, and like I remembered zilch. I remember maybe like I barely remember anything at all. So this was kind of like a first watch, but not. But this hit me hard this time. Holy crap! I've been sleeping on this fucking movie. This one's underappreciated very much. I think this needs to be bigger, and this should be mandatory viewing because, holy cow! You cannot tell me that Homegirl from American Psycho did not like Texas Chainsaw Massacre and 10 to Midnight. I will not believe you. this feels like that, and I do want to do a triple feature one day.
And speaking of Beverly Hills Cop, his daughter is also in Beverly Hills Cop.
And I do believe that they took inspiration from Ted Bundy, and that's awesome because it says that shit written all over it. And I know that they just came up with the story. They just put their name, 10 to Midnight, on a pre-existing screenplay because they had a whole thing where it was going to be based on a novel. I forgot what it's called. And that shit the bed. So they just went with this, and I'm fucking glad they did. Charles Bronson is the man. He wants his suspect, and he does anything he can to get it. And
he's like the Mountie. Always gets
and he was right.
Yeah.
He was fucking right. So fuck everybody. Charles Bronson's the man. And the last words we hear in this movie are fucking awesome. I need a t-shirt of that. So, that's what he rolls.
You know, there was some serious outrage in Bronson's heyday once he was, a leading man over some of the vigilante stuff. I mean, you can go back and read old articles and
you watch part 3 now, and you gotta. It's kind of interesting to watch, Charles Bronson cleaning up the ghettos. I'm not saying I know certain people who might be a fan.
Once again, my stance is Charles Bronson is right.
Oh man. Yes, and the killer is so good in this too. He really makes it. I like when Bronson starts kind of baiting him by reading like all those quotes from the females about him, and he's just like, basically like
when he throws his fucking fleshlight thing at him, just like, wow. It's for jacking off.
And he says it, I was dying.
Wouldn't it be funny, a slow-mo shot, it like hits him in the face and you see stuff coming out of it?
And he has to give us descriptions of when his gets tossed around.
Again, Dan? Boom.
4.5 hours, Dan.
That's messed up. That's messed up. Come on. What else is there to do right now? Love life's in the shitter. You gotta do what you gotta do. I'm not gonna fleshlight shame anybody.
All right, it's coming around. Fleshlight, Flesh Moon, coming soon.
It should be.
Now
Yes, I was
Dan's running on board.
You can get the Dan variant. It's a hat attachment.
Yes.
How do we not talk about the opening Todd goes to the movies scene?
You know what's funny? Every time I see it, I have to look at the chick and see what else she's in because she looks familiar, but she's not in anything else.
Am I the only one who thought that was a good move? I'm like, oh, that's pretty good.
Oh, yeah.
Some girls might respond better than she did, but I was like, oh, that's a good fucking move.
Yeah, we get some other familiar faces too. We've got Kelly Preston, Mr. Diabetes, Wilford Brimley's in here, Jeffrey Lewis. It's got a very good cast.
Dan, you left her out. No, Ola? Is it Ola? Ola Ray?
Yes. Yeah. Yeah, there's several familiar faces.
No older.
I know, because he doesn't know. She was in Michael Jackson's Thriller. She's the chick.
Oh yes, the girlfriend. Yes, shit, fuck. Okay. I think I did hear that in
what are your boys you don't even know?
God damn it.
Hey, what did I tell you about being very unprofessional? You're the host. You're not supposed to say fuck you, Todd.
Eat a dick, Todd.
There you go. Variation of that
tomorrow.
You know what we fucking already said.
We're trying to present our best side to YouTube.
Trying.
All right.
Save the fuck you times for Patreon.
Yeah.
Patreon. Yeah,
tell them every week, but it's so fuck you.
Well, it always warrants it though, even though it's
I
a
can
classic.
push your buttons without even saying anything bad. It's the implication.
It is. It is. I've had a bad couple
Oh, you
days,
did that-
dude. It was a shitty birthday. A shitty birthday, and Todd's got
I
a
can't
fuck
be
with
too
me.
shitty. We watched 10 to Midnight, man. It was like that. It was awesome.
There you go. I actually did start to feel just a little bit better when I was watching these
Watching
movies.
women get murdered
Maybe it's
is
not.
always a good time.
Yeah, well.
Yeah, that's next week.
Dead Hookers next week.
Well, you know,
So yeah, and there's also
I was gonna say another similar theme. We could do a mainstream slashers, Fatal Attraction,
Basic Instinct.
There's a few we could do with that too.
If we do Basic Instinct, though, Dan, I'm gonna need you to watch Don't Fuck with Cats.
Oh no, that's gonna be tough. I can't watch that one. I can watch Sharon Stone's Punani all day though, for sure. You know how many times
She's no Sharon Stone.
I don't know how Dan's worn out his Blu-ray, but he's the only one who made that. It gets digitally broken up every time you get to that scene.
It's like an old.
Yeah, I don't even know how you managed to do that with the Blu-ray, but he did it.
I can picture like going to like Sony and they're just looking at it as like, my God, this has never happened. Motherfucker, this shouldn't be possible.
Yet here we are.
You sir are the first.
Replace my disc, you fuck.
Oh, and the obscene phone calls too, like eating her pussy and giving it to her in the butt.
In a
That was,
Mexican
pretty
or Latin accent, like that shit would not be allowed today.
Yeah.
Oh, and the first time they bring up that it's a Mexican. Oh yeah, he's a deviant. It's like, oh, it's one of them.
Yeah.
I'm sure just a coincidence.
Yeah, it was
So
one of them.
I should also say it's not just the killer free ball in the whole time. There is a lot of nudity in this as well.
I also want to. The reason why I also brought up Ted Bundy is because he drove a bug in the movie as well.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, there was definite Bundy vibes when they were talking about him being good looking but weird.
Creepy.
Yeah, for sure.
Dan will never
So all right, I'll go first.
It's 5.
5. Are we gonna do this again?
Oh, we ain't even tried that shit. It's gonna fuck it up.
Yeah, there you go. One big hole. There you guys go. Yeah, this is a great film.
It should be 2 holes turning into 1.
Yeah, see, by your powers combined.
You know something?
Yeah, that was the right one.
Kevin Gage just pops up. I have the power. We all just morph into Kevin Gage. We need that. See, we don't have production value yet, which is why you have to support our Patreon, and we will make sure that
thank you.
happen. We can, when we do One Big Hole, we'll I don't know, maybe we'll call Kevin Gage's people, and we just morph into him, and it's like just like Highlander. I have the power. And Masters of the Universe. I should also say this is a Scream Factory Blu-ray, which tells you it's horror. They didn't put it on Shout.
And there was
Under the
tons
Shout
of complaints about putting this and Cobra on the label.
I have no issues with it whatsoever, especially this one.
I don't either, but
it's Bronson. That's the only reason.
Well, like I said, but it falls. Yeah, they do, but because that's why it's the Pseudo-Slashers show. But it's because it's kind of like people don't consider Silence of the Lambs a horror movie. It doesn't mean it's not, but because no one wants to say a horror film.
It's a thriller. Okay, yeah, it was thrilling for sure. Fuck these people.
Thriller isn't even a genre.
So
that's some made up shit.
7 should have been nominated for an Academy Award. I will keep saying that to the day I die.
Oh, absolutely. But you can have thrillers. I mean, you have legal thrillers. You know, that label does make sense.
You're not helping the point. You're actually working it out. Okay.
There are a lot of horror films that get thriller because they don't want to be classified, but they're
They're
horror
being
films.
snobs. That's fucked up.
There's cannibals, guys getting skinned and all this shit, girls getting skinned and all this shit. Yeah, it's definitely a horror movie, so deal with it, snobs. All right, so I think that's all we've got for you guys. Again, like and subscribe here on YouTube. If you're not listening on YouTube, of course, it is the Flesh Wound Features YouTube page. We're still pretty new to YouTube, so likes and subscribes really help us. Be sure to do it. And also, again, check out our patreon.com/fleshwoundfeatures page. It only starts at $1, and there are a lot of options for exclusive shows, content. There's going to be some raffles at some point. There's going to be all sorts of cool shit. We're giving you a lot for almost basically nothing. So be sure to check that out. Be sure to join the Horror Cartel Flesh Wound Radio Facebook group. Be sure to like the Flesh Wound Features Facebook page. And of course, you can listen to us wherever fine podcasts are available.
Follow us on Twitter.
And I think follow us on Twitter. Yes. Yes. And Spotify and all that good stuff. We're everywhere now. We're spreading like
the new world.
Well, not there you go, just like the new world right there.
I was going to say we're spreading like Dan on a Saturday.
That's messed up. I was going to make like a herpes joke, but then I was like, oh, I don't want people to associate us with herpes.
Dan
so
spreading like the herpes.
I'll just us, our show. I'm not me.
I like it better when it's you.
God.
We like AIDS.
That's messed. It's messed. It's messed up. It's, yeah.
On that note,
Namaste. Thank y'all.
Sexy boy.
Get here, Dan.